okay? For instance, you'll see a guy headlining at the Spear. They probably be getting a couple of $1 million. But you'll see a guy on the undercard of a big show probably making more money than that guy.
Floyd, I saw a thing this morning, him talking about keeping his money clean, stuffing hundreds of thousands of dollars in a plastic bag. These guys don't need money. A lot of times when you get these great champions fighting well past their prime, it's to make cash.
Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too.
Terence Crawford criticizes Floyd Mayweather for seeking fights purely for money. Crawford makes it clear he has no desire to face Mayweather and never even imagined fighting him. He believes such matchups are not about proving greatness but about generating hype for massive paydays. In Crawford's view, Mayweather values money over competition, chasing exhibition bouts after retiring. He says that while Mayweather had his era, the present belongs to him, and he will not let money-driven demands take away from what he has already accomplished in boxing.
But I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, boss, keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. I always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
But you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd. Nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll be this. Never. That's some hate type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
Critics claim Floyd Mayweather's recent boxing appearances focus less on legacy and more on financial reward. Once praised for his defensive mastery and flawless record, Mayweather now leans on exhibition contests that bring in big checks but hold little sporting importance. Observers note how he constantly flaunts his wealth, implying he does not even need these fights for income yet still pursues them. This has led many to believe that in retirement his priorities shifted entirely toward money-making ventures instead of true competitive battles, leaving some fans disillusioned with how his career has unfolded.
Floyd, I saw a thing this morning, him talking about keeping his money clean, stuffing hundreds of thousands of dollars in a plastic bag. These guys don't need money. A lot of times when you get these great champions fighting well past their prime, it's to make cash. We see it a lot. These two don't seem to need the money. So I don't understand the need to do this. When talked about it, Mike Tyson said, I still can't believe Floyd wants to really do this. It's going to be detrimental to his health, but he wants to do it. So it's signed and it's happening. Hey, when Mike fought Jake Paul, a lot was made of him being 58 years old. He's in tremendous shape. I mean, I saw him, and even in there, right, he couldn't get going at the rate that he expected, but early, he was fighting like Mike Tyson. Floyd Mayweather's much younger, but he's so much smaller. So I get why Mike is like, yo, I don't know what this dude wants to do. Because there was a world where no one would ever thought that those guys would end up in the ring together. And again, they don't need money. I imagine them. It's going to be a boatload of money.
Former champion Timothy Bradley has openly spoken about a potential fight between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. He claims Mayweather historically had trouble against southpaws, and Crawford's versatile style would give Floyd serious problems. Bradley argues Crawford has tools Floyd cannot manage: switch hitting, precise timing, and adaptability inside the ring. He dismisses Floyd's image of being untouchable, saying Crawford's dynamic style would pierce his defense. Bradley even suggests that Mayweather is not as great when dealing with fighters like Crawford, adding fuel to debates between both camps of supporters.
Oh, absolutely. But Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too. He will beat him too. He got everything it takes to beat Floyd. Floyd struggled in the first half against Zab Judah. Zab Judah, a damn terrific fighter, but he ain't no damn Terence Crawford. Especially from the southpaw position. Floyd didn't like fighting southpaws. Floyd reached with that right hand. You think he's gonna reach against one of the best back foot counter punches in the game? He gonna reach with that right hand against Crawford? He gonna get slept reaching with that back hand, the way he reaches with that. That level change backhand he throws too? No, man, that pull jab he does too, that ain't gonna work. That is not gonna work. Floyd got a 72-inch reach. Yeah, he had quickness, fast reflexes. However, Crawford got all of that too. He got all of that too. And he got a 75-inch reach. Great counter puncher. Can concentrate all night. Can put pressure on Floyd. He can even invite Floyd in. Yep, I noticed. Floyd's not having success. He started to step on the gas. That's what he do. And he gonna run into problems with Crawford because Crawford hits harder than him. Crawford is the most complete fighter that I've ever witnessed in real life.
On the opposite side, many analysts insist it is unfair to compare Crawford with Mayweather. They argue Floyd's record includes a long list of elite opponents. Crawford, by contrast, has not consistently faced the same caliber throughout his career. From this angle, the comparisons seem unbalanced, as Crawford's accomplishments, while notable, do not yet match the historic weight of Mayweather's. These critics emphasize that Floyd's greatness is already established, whereas Crawford is still building his resume and should not be placed on the same level too soon.
Everybody acting like Bud is the second coming of Mayweather. Y'all got the game fucked up. Mayweather actually didn't get hit. Bud gets hit by dudes that, like, who on Bud's resume is an equivalent of someone on Floyd's resume? So that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Floyd not getting hit by elites. Bud getting hit by non-elites. And somehow y'all think Canelo not about to touch.
Boxing analyst Showbiz the Adult gave a daring opinion, stating Terence Crawford should be ranked above Mayweather for one main reason. He emphasized Crawford's victory over Canelo Alvarez, pointing out that Floyd, despite his greatness, would never have taken such a dangerous fight in the manner Crawford did. Showbiz stresses that Crawford moved up in weight to face a prime opponent, while Floyd was far more strategic in selecting rivals and timing his bouts. That risk factor, he argues, raises Crawford's legacy beyond Mayweather's carefully managed career, an opinion that challenges the belief of Floyd's untouchable place in boxing history.
Why is Terence "Bud" Crawford greater than Floyd Mayweather, or better than Floyd Mayweather? Greater is a little bit different. Greater is impact, resume, all that shit, but better. Terence "Bud" Crawford, after what he did last night, is better than Floyd Mayweather because there is no way Floyd Mayweather would attempt to do that crazy shit. See, that's the insane Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler after being gone for 5 years type shit. Never being at middleweight, first fight at middleweight, being against Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Terence "Bud" Crawford never been on middleweight shit. The most he's been is super welterweight, and he was only there once. And he's fighting at 168 against one of the greatest super middleweights of all time, one of the greatest middleweights of all time, pound for pound, one of the greatest fighters of all time, reigning undisputed champion at super middleweight. That is unheard of, and that's something that Floyd Mayweather wouldn't even attempt.
Interestingly, Terence Crawford has grown increasingly frustrated with repeated comparisons to Floyd Mayweather. He has made it clear that he has no interest in fighting Floyd, stressing that Mayweather belonged to a different era. Crawford insists that this era belongs to him, and rather than looking back, fans should recognize the accomplishments he is producing today. While he acknowledges Floyd's greatness, he maintains that legacy should remain separate. In his view, the obsession with linking him to Mayweather is unfair, since Floyd is retired and past his prime, while Crawford is still actively establishing his dominance.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going out that much.
Now,
Danny Garcia, a fighter who has faced many top names, gave a careful response when asked who would win between Mayweather and Crawford. Instead of picking sides, Garcia suggested the matchup would most likely end in a draw. He explained that Floyd's defensive brilliance, paired with Crawford's offensive adaptability, could neutralize each other in the ring. Garcia's opinion reflects the respect both fighters command, as many believe their skills are so evenly matched that even a fantasy contest would not deliver a decisive result. His comment added another dimension to the ongoing debate among fans of both champions.
Crawford has the tools to beat him. He has the long arms. He switches lefty and righty, but Floyd was pinpoint accuracy, tremendous defense. I just think whoever at 147, that's tough. I don't know, a draw.
Okay, what about Oscar De La Hoya and Crawford at 54?
Oh man, Oscar was a hell of a fighter, man. I think they could beat each other, to be honest. I think Oscar could beat him. Oscar's a hell of a fighter. He got great jab, good footwork. Oscar was a tremendous fighter. I feel like people really overlook his resume. He's an Olympic gold medalist. That's the hardest thing probably to get. It's harder than the world title.
Former world champion Shane Mosley argues that Floyd Mayweather's size would ultimately work against him in a fight with Terence Crawford. Mosley believes that while Floyd is technically exceptional, he is simply too small to handle Crawford's power, reach, and versatility. He suggests Mayweather's defensive style could be offset by Crawford's stance switching and ability to control the ring through physical advantages. For Mosley, this is the key factor. Floyd excelled against opponents closer to his size, but against a naturally larger and stronger Crawford, the difference would be too significant. His remarks underline how size, beyond skill, becomes crucial in fantasy matchups.
Even though I've got serious personal differences with Terence Crawford, and I have ethical issues with Terence Crawford in the way that he negotiated certain things and certain things went down. However, at this point in his career, and I really believe since he's at 135 pounds, there's no question the greatness and how terrific a fighter he is. So after he beats Canelo Alvarez and becomes the undisputed champion in his third weight division, people start asking the question of whether or not he's better than Floyd Mayweather Jr. And I think that is a fair question. And the reason that I say that is because they're the same size. They're the same size. They fought by and large in the same weight classes, and dominated right after one another. Really, there was the period of Andre Ward in between them. I would love to throw Andre Ward in the conversation, but I don't think that the comparison is as clean and easy to make between Terence Crawford and Andre Ward as it is between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather Jr. Just again because of the similarity in the weight classes that they fought in. So when Shane Mosley chimed in and talked about the two, my ears perked up. Perked up because if you recall, Shane Mosley was the one that gave Floyd Mayweather Jr. his most dangerous fight, without a doubt. His most dangerous fight, the one where Shane Mosley landed on Floyd Mayweather 2 times and rocked him in the first round. Shane was an older fighter. Floyd bared down and won the fight.
Showbiz the Adult provided further perspective when addressing comparisons between Crawford and Mayweather. He pointed out that Crawford's victory over Canelo sparked debates about his legacy being equal to or even greater than Floyd's. However, he cautioned against oversimplifying the discussion, stressing that legacies cannot be judged on one fight alone. While Crawford's win was historic, Floyd's career represents decades of dominance across numerous weight classes. According to Showbiz, comparing the two requires a deeper evaluation of consistency, opposition quality, and lasting impact on boxing. His measured view recognizes Crawford's greatness while also honoring Floyd's established legacy.
Not add a heavyweight to my Mount Rushmore. My Mount Rushmore is best boxers. Greatest is different. Greatest is impact. Now you're talking Floyd Mayweather, you're talking Floyd, Muhammad Ali, you're talking, all those guys, Sugar Ray Robinson, everybody. But this is best. And sadly, when it comes to the heavyweight division, just by nature, the little guys are the better guys, okay? Not only are they better skill-wise, they have more opportunity to do greater things. Because they're small, they can go up weight classes, they can kind of test themselves more. The heavyweight division is at the top of the mountain. all right? So they're the badasses of the badasses. You kind of go up to them, but they can't push themselves up much more, except for within their weight class when they fight a very big guy and whatnot, like Usyk did with Tyson Fury.
Trainer Stephen Breadman Edwards offered a refreshing viewpoint. He urged fans and media to stop forcing comparisons and allow Crawford to enjoy his recent success. Breadman stressed that Crawford's victory over Canelo was a once-in-a-lifetime achievement that deserves celebration without attaching Mayweather's name to it. He also criticized the immaturity in discussions where people unnecessarily pit fighters against each other. In his view, Floyd is retired and should not even be included in the conversation. The focus, he believes, should remain on Crawford's accomplishments, giving him credit without overshadowing them with endless arguments.
To Floyd. You know, man, I don't really want to compare him right now, Hans, if we seeing everything that's going on with Floyd and Roy. You know what I mean? And, you know, they competitive guys. Next thing you know, Bud and Floyd will be mad at each other, man, and wanting to fight because people is like putting them against each other. Let's just enjoy the moment. I don't know. It's a close fight. You know, it's things Floyd do better. It's things that Bud do better. But I'd rather not say, because I'm not going to just lie and just say nothing, like, and make up something just to, I got my opinion on, you know, how the fights will go, and, you know, but I think we should just let the man enjoy his great moment. He's a great fighter. And I see a lot of immature stuff, and I don't like the way things is going with Floyd and Roy. They two guys that a lot of the younger guys look up to, and they taking shots at each other in the media because of the who's better and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, I just want to see Bud enjoy his moment. And, you know, unfortunately, they didn't fight. You know, they could have made, they kind of two different eras, though. Even though they was fighting at the same time, Floyd kind of was doing his different thing over there with PBC, and Bud's a lot young, about 10 years younger than him. So it didn't happen, and we got to just live with it. You know what I mean?
The boxing community remains split, and the debate continues without end. Many fans argue Terence Crawford would defeat Floyd Mayweather because of the risks he has taken and the challenges he has overcome, particularly his move up in weight to beat Canelo Alvarez. Others insist Floyd's unbeaten record and defensive brilliance cannot be ignored. The truth may lie in recognizing that both fighters are great in their own ways, representing separate eras and different approaches to the sport. This lasting debate reflects the influence both men have had on boxing, each leaving a unique legacy that fuels admiration and argument alike.
Terence Crawford's gonna win. I used to think that the size difference was too much, that Canelo Alvarez was like, man, how are they gonna do this? He's 168, Terence Crawford's 147. But seeing what I've seen from Canelo Alvarez and seeing what I've seen from Terence Crawford, and while Terence Crawford didn't look great in his last fight, he looked awesome against Errol Spence. But to me, Terence Crawford is as good as they come. He's another all-time great. He's a legend. He's one of the best that I've seen from a pound-for-pound standpoint. But to me, Terence Crawford, he's older, but a lot less wear and tear. He turned pro in 2008, but he has 41 fights to his name. Canelo Alvarez is 63. Canelo Alvarez also has taken more shots, has been in more wars, quote unquote, whereas Terence Crawford was just beating everybody's ass for a very long time. And almost all of his fights have been one-sided. And two, I think Terence Crawford's gonna beat him in September. I don't know how, but
Crawford's triumph over Canelo Alvarez is widely viewed as the defining moment that cemented his greatness. Moving up 2 weight divisions to face one of the most dominant champions of the era was considered a bold and risky step. Yet Crawford executed it with precision and control. The fight demonstrated that he is not only highly skilled but also fearless, willing to test himself in ways few others dare. Analysts argue this victory elevated him into the conversation of boxing's all-time greats. For Crawford, the win means more than another addition to his record. It defines his legacy as a fighter who embraced risk and prevailed.
After Terence Crawford defeated Saul Canelo Alvarez to become the new, undisputed super middleweight champion and achieving GOAT status of his era, a lot of people are wondering now, what could be the next step for Terence Crawford? And to be honest with you, there's a couple options. The great man himself did state a move to middleweight division could be his next step, and of course a certain someone caught wind of this. With this interview, Jana Beck posted this with 2 emojis with a thumbs up and an A-OK. And to be honest with you guys, I would love this matchup here. I mean, Jana Beck is one of the most feared and avoided boxers in the entire game today. And look, stylistically, this could be an absolute epic matchup. I mean, the boxing IQ and thunderous power in Janibek versus the GOAT himself. Who wouldn't want to see that? But of course, there are rumors that Carlos Adames could be Janibek's next opponent, and that could be a huge unification to see who's the top dog at 160. But after that, who knows, man? And of course, the next option could be the rematch between Saul Canelo Alvarez. And for me, I would absolutely love to see this. I mean, the first time round was absolutely amazing to see Terence Crawford achieve greatness. But to do it again, guys, who wouldn't want to see this? And to be honest with you, it could be even bigger than the first time round. Or option 3, in my opinion, could be retirement. I mean, what he's achieved in the game is absolutely unbelievable. Undisputed, not once, not twice, but 3 times, and defeating the guy, the man himself, Saul Canelo Alvarez, to achieve that. What more is there to achieve at this point right now, guys, honestly? But look, knowing Bud, I'm pretty sure retirement is out of the question. Well, at least for now. But after what he's achieved, no one can question what he decides to do next. And look, guys, for me, even if his next move is to go to middleweight, best believe I'll be there to watch it, guys. But guys, what's your thoughts about all this? And what do you think Terence Crawford should do next? Let me know.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Knockout Voyage for more amazing boxing content. Stay tuned for the next big fight.